I'm Charlotte Riley-Webb, and I'm on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce.
Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce, and welcome to Positive Power 21 Network, where you get your positive on. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Positive Power 21.org, Internet Radio.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Jerry Royce Show, and welcome to Positive Power 21.org. I am the voice of Jerry Royce, and when it's all positive, it's all power. That's Positive Power 21. And today's sponsors are the Resume Guy at www.career-image.com. Contact Reggie Gant to help you with your resume needs. Also, we have FastTechSolutions.net. For your internet needs. They rebuild and install computer network infrastructures and perform computers repairs. Also, we have REI Heritage Tours in Cambridge, Maryland, home of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad. Call 410-820-8350 or 1-800-522-TOUR to book your scenic driving tour with more than 30 sites related to the freedom seekers in the 1800s. For more information, again, call 410-820-8350. In addition to that, they're preparing for the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Conference on June 13th and 14th to celebrate 150 years after her death. They're going to have a keynote speaker from Emmanuel College in Boston, Massachusetts. And also, we want to say hello to Lori Williams, our beautiful songbird out of Washington, D.C. We're selling her CDs through Amazon on positivepower21.org, and they're going fast. So go ahead and get your copy or download yourself an MP3 file of one of her singles. Beautiful music, beautiful music. And she's been winning awards all year long with her and her students because she's also a music teacher. So support our teachers. Also, we'd like to say LaQuette, thank you for coming on our show. She was the author of My Beginning, and that's sold on Amazon.com and Positive Power 21. Gerald Green, he's out there in the L.A. area doing God's work, and he's pushing a book called Let Me Be a Vessel. He released that in 2012. Also, Heart Towards Home, his new release. Also, we'd like to say thank you, Lavette Saunier, for being a guest. She's pushing Milholland's Diaries, stories based out in L.A. She was hanging around the millionaires and the billionaires, our 5 and 1% population. Also, Bernard Blue Rowell, Son, I Got Your Back, book about bullying and how a father helped his son overcome some bullies in the hood. And we'd like to say thank you, author Curtis Black. He has a book that's supposed to work with young teens. He called them tweens, help teach disability sensitivity among young people. And this is going to be a wonderful publication. We wish him the best with that one. That book's supposed to be released on June 1st, so that's coming soon. And also our good friend Agnes Occuton, she has a expo. It's called the Success Revolution Conference 2014 Business Expo in Columbia, Maryland. So you can Google her, Success Revolution Conference 2014, and the tickets are going for $5 at the door, and it goes to her favorite charity. If you want to have a booth, they're going for $125, and get your space now while they're going fast, okay? Because all those women are buying up those tables. All right, next up on the show tonight, we've been honored to have Charlotte Riley-Webb. She's a fine artist, a painter, a writer, a cook, also an actress, and a new position she just acquired was being an illustrator. Charlotte was raised and earned her B.F.A. degree from the Cleveland Institute of Art. She began her master's degree at Georgia State University and has continued her education, exploring new mediums under numerous workshops and classes throughout the years. She documented her essence of her culture in her 3-year traveling exhibitions from Stories of America, which debuted at the Hammonds House Museum in Atlanta in 2001, exhibit in 7 different museums and fine art galleries throughout the South. Over the years, her venues extended across the country and beyond the states to include Newcastle, England, South America and a solo exhibition in the British West Indies. Webb's work is included in numerous and private museums and corporate collections. Her public works installations include the Public Service Building in Atlanta and the installations of her collaborative medium sculpted paintings in downtown Hampton, Virginia, which they were awarded the Hamptons Art Commission Award of Excellence and was voted as the People's Choice Purchase Award. Most recently, Arts Alive was installed at the new Inner City Road Culture Arts Center in Charlotte. L.A.? Is it L.A.? Charlotte? Okay. Well, anyway, we're going to... Yeah, Shreveport. So we're going to bring her on. And welcome to the show, Miss Charlotte Riley-Webb. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Jerry. Thank you for having me.
Good. And I did forget to mention that she was the recipient of the 2010 NAACP Image Award. That's a biggie. Back there in Charlotte. Congratulations to you. Man,
Thank
what
you so
a
much.
Bio. Woo, that bio is something else. Man,
Thank you, Jerry.
I don't even think I have like a third of that. But very good for you. I'm so happy for you. It's always a pleasure to have somebody who has had a stellar life, and I know you're still knocking door down and doing your thing. Just like I mentioned earlier, you're jumping into being an actress. One of your good friends made you an illustrator, and I guess in her children's book. So tell us a little bit more about you. That's not, something that's not in your bio that we can look up. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, let's just say I have embraced all the creative genre that you can probably name. I'm a person that seeks out new adventures and creativity wherever I can find it. And I've been very blessed and fortunate to be able to do so many different things. And I just move from one thing to another, and sometimes I do things simultaneously. So I'm kind of running all over the place trying to get it all done, but I'm having a ball.
That's right. Life's supposed to be fun, grand. We all supposed to be happy. So you're supposed to show everybody how to do it. So we're going to be excited to see you on the silver screen, smiling and everything.
That'll be great. I look forward to it.
Now, you sent me some illustrations, and I was just wilding out. You are... There's no words to describe your skills, your talent. I mean, did God give you all the talent? Wow.
Well, thank you, Jerry. I mean, you're being generous, but I'm blessed. I can't say that I'm not.
Wow. You took over the whole place. You have that many pieces.
Thank you.
How long have you been training?
I'd like to actually invite you and your guests to my latest exhibition that just opened at the Tubman Museum. It's called Blood Rhythm, Strange Fruit, and it opened on May 2nd at the Tubman.
So where's the Tubman? Where's that located?
It's in Macon, Georgia.
Ooh. I don't go that far. When you coming back up this way?
It's about an hour from Atlanta, a little over an hour from Atlanta. But of course, you can visit my website, CHARLOTTERILEY-WEBB.com, and you can see images. That's what you're doing, I think.
That's right. Man, you should be charging an admission to see this stuff. Wow. So how long did it take you? Now, how many rooms? It looked like 4 or 5 rooms.
At the museum?
Yes.
This particular exhibition covers 3 rooms in the museum. And it's inspired, actually the whole exhibition is inspired by the works of 3 very significant historical artists, because this is a genre collaboration with poetry, the poems of Ntozake Shange, the music of Nina Simone, and there's a young lady, a very gifted contemporary poet by the name of Tanzania Pinchback. She is the contemporary component of this exhibition. So right now it's the mixing of those 3 genres plus the visual arts, and together, we make up Blood Rhythm, Strange Fruit.
That's right. Now, so this room we're looking at right now, this is what's in Georgia right now. This is the setup.
This is at the Tubman Museum. The images that you're looking at are pictures of the actual museum itself.
Wow, it's a beautiful, beautiful museum, Tubman. Now, this is named after Harriet Tubman.
It's named after Harriet Tubman. But they're getting ready. Actually, next year in the spring, they'll be opening a new museum, which will be like 4 times larger than this particular venue.
Wow. This place is beautiful.
And it's going to be something.
I bet. Well, the feds have just allocated Cambridge, Maryland with a $17 million high-tech, state-of-the-art memorial in her honor.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, going over on the Black River, where she was actually helping slaves escape, and she had I think she had a home there. Her schooling was in that area. There's over 30 sites. So, cause like I was mentioning, they're about to celebrate her 150 years, existence after her death. Yeah,
right.
Yeah. Wow, and I'm sure this place was probably part of the Underground Railroad, because she traveled so many miles. They traveled all the way up to Canada.
Actually, it wasn't. That's a whole story in itself.
Oh, really? Wow. So look at this place. All right, let's talk a little bit about this. Now, what happened, in your mind to say, okay, I'm going to start painting, but I'm not going to give anything away, and I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to exhibit it. How did that happen? What was the first step to that thought?
That process. I think the years brought that on, Jerry. I initially, I worked in the field. My last job per se was at a college, Atlanta Metropolitan College. I was a graphic designer / art director there for a number of years. And after I, made the decision that it was time, because I started creating artwork when I was 11 years old. My parents, I was very, very fortunate that they were like forward-thinking people and encouraged that even during those 60s, the turbulent times when, parents weren't really encouraging African Americans to take creative careers. They wanted to make sure that you could afford your lifestyle and to be able to make a living. So,
that's right.
My career choice was, I was very fortunate because they did embrace it. And my easel, actually, the easel that I still paint on, they gave me at age 11.
Get out of here.
I still use the same easel, and it reminds me when I'm working on it, it helps me connect to my parents. And I was very fortunate, like I said, that they, they embraced this thing. And they had talked with my instructor, my teachers at the time, and they and I got a scholarship to the Cleveland Institute of Art. It's one of the best colleges in the country. And so I went, and in doing so, throughout the years, I trained as a graphic designer and a painter at the same time. But after I decided it was time to leave the college, I had worked there, a number of different jobs. But there I spent 17 years there, and I decided it was time for me to, just try this on my own. But I was simultaneously painting all throughout the years. I never just did not paint.
Okay.
And in doing so, I started out doing art festivals. And those were very lucrative, and I had a few prints. But then, I had the conscious decision. I said, you know what, I really want to see my artwork have a legacy of its own. And I figured the best place to have that positive power, Jerry, is in a museum, to show the work where people can actually see them. They can visit them. They can, embrace them. They can go and, let that be a part of their activities. So in doing that, that's when I really made the conscious decision to create artwork that can tour.
See, I'm marveling all of this because I'm an artist.
How are you?
I never painted anything on canvas since elementary school, but I was more of a freehand cartoon guy. I did my own comic books up until I moved into the computer age.
Really?
But but I'm going crazy in my chair because I was like, I can't fathom this. You were selling your art. So this is what I'm thinking. This is my process. You were selling your art. It was lucrative. You was doing well, and then suddenly something said, "Don't sell any more art. Just create it because somebody gonna allow you to put it in the museum. And the museum is not here right now, but because I know the Tubman Museum wasn't always here in this spot, in this place."
Right. But that your synopsis is not quite accurate. I still sell art.
Okay.
See, I still sell art. I have my gallery. It's connected to my studio, and like I said, my agent Joyce Moore, she sells art, and we, that is part of what I do. But I also create artwork for museums to travel.
Wow. Get out of here. See, now I'm really, you're really getting me now. I'm really messed up now because, now, your stuff looks so good. So you can paint at that kind of speed, or you talking about a lot of time?
I'm pretty prolific. You know what? I'm pretty prolific. I do it full time. I wake up with ideas, and I'm excited about going to my studio, and I work on it. I work a lot, but I also, like I said, I also write. I'm involved, in my acting, quote unquote, career. And, and I did take time out to do the children's books. I illustrated 6 children's books. I actually began illustrating children's books in 2002.
Okay.
And as you said, one of our books, the last one, which is a collaborative between 12 different illustrators, won the NNAC Image Award. Our children can soar.
That's right.
Each of us did one page of that book.
Okay.
And I think what's kind of unique, and I think what you're kind of excited about is my style. My style is kind of rhythmic. You notice how the strokes actually move, and I'm engaging more of the senses than just your eyes. You're not just looking at the artwork. You're feeling it. I can hear you feel it, Jerry. You're feeling it.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. You're feeling it. You're seeing it. You're hearing it. And it's emotional. You're emotionally attached to it. So when I consciously decided to, start embracing all of the senses in my artwork, I kind of developed what's called my signature style. And that's what you're reacting to.
I know, because you know what I'm thinking? Okay, I probably only can afford to buy one piece, but if I put it in my house, it's like the house is going to be asking for more. And
you
I have
can
big
buy
walls.
more. You can buy more.
Because I have big walls.
One thing we do now, we have payment plans. We'll make sure that you can get whatever you want.
And it's something else that comes to life. It looks like it'll just take over a room, and you probably have to start the room over. Like, say, okay, let's get rid of all this furniture. We're gonna start with the artwork. You just can't.
A lot of people do. They actually do decorate their homes around their art.
I can see that happening with this. I don't have.
And a lot of the paintings are quite large. A lot of the paintings in the museum are. And the ones that I've done are 48 by 72, 48 by 80 inches. Some of them command large spaces, and others are smaller.
They are huge. Now, how's the process, for you to become exhibitor? Someone who chose you. I mean, how did this happen? Tell me the beginning of this happening.
This particular exhibition.
No, not just this one. I mean, how you first got started. I mean, who said, you were worthy of this,
I think just the doing of it. And, I think now with social media, which I haven't used to the extent that I should, and I have to admit that, and that's one thing Joyce really just rides me about, but it's more accessible now. People can go on your website. You know, they can look at what you're doing. They can follow you through social media. But in the day, you know, you sat down, you made portfolios, you sent them out to different people, and you work with galleries. I've worked with several galleries. I work with Zuccotti Gallery in Atlanta now. But because of my reputation, it's kind of almost word of mouth.
Yeah.
You know, people are, you know, when you show, and then you enter, I enter exhibitions that are juried. And, you know, someone sees the work. They get excited about it. They like it. They call you.
Yeah, I know they get. Now, so someone can hire you to just paint a piece just for them?
Yes, yes. Commissions. Those are called commissions, and I have done several commissions.
Wow. I wonder if my buddy has your work, because he's really big in art, and he travels a lot down south. I'm going to talk to him because your name sounds so familiar to me. You know, I was thinking it was when I did my earlier podcast, but I'm thinking that I heard your name through him, because he travels with a group that goes to these exhibits.
Really?
Yeah,
and
it's
that's
like a
possible.
black club.
That's very possible.
And he's retired now, so I know he's probably going to be excited. I'm going to forward this to him. Now, I'm blown away now, because now I'm reading that your husband is also
he's an artist as well. He's a sculptor. And you'll see, and what's really interesting about that is that, and you know how the Bible speaks of being evenly yoked. We are so fortunate that we do can work together and do work together on some projects and understand each other. You know, he has his own studio and I have mine, and the piece that you're looking at, the sculpted paintings, is something we do together. We design them together. He actually makes them, he creates them, and then I paint them. Then I turn them back over to him. He seals them, because those pieces are made for interior or exterior.
Wow.
And that's the piece that you spoke of that is in Hampton, Virginia, and the other one is on the building of Shreveport, a new art center they built there. They commissioned us to do that piece for them. But we do those together, and then he's an artist in his own right. He does relief sculptures, and you can see it on the website as well. Plus, he does twig sculptures. Extremely talented young man, and he actually studied with some of the great, artists at Howard.
Oh, wow. Get out of here. That's Howard University. My sister graduated at school. So that piece that you guys are holding up now is mounted to a platform, a wooden platform?
Is that the one that looks three-dimensional, as tall as we are?
Yes, and it's a woman sitting down on the keyboard.
Yes, no, that's actually a three-dimensional piece. It's made out of exterior fir wood that has been sealed, and like I said, I paint. You know, we designed the piece, and it goes around 3 different angles. And actually, look on the website, and you'll be able to see all the angles that that you can, appreciate the piece all the way around. It's different all the way around. As you walk around it, every angle is different.
Yeah, let me pull that up. Wow. So where did he get this idea from? Is this something that was created from his mind?
I tell you what is very interesting about that. See, my husband worked as a building inspector for years, because my second marriage, and he had, like I said, he'd gone to art, had art in college, but because he was raising a family, he didn't really embrace his art. He didn't do it. He was trying to make sure that everyone was fed. So after we got married and had been married, we've been married like 23 years now, but that's something I knew was in the back of his heart that he needed to do. So, the competition came along. I got a flyer. I received a flyer inviting me to participate in this particular competition at Hampton. And the museum there, I'm also involved with the ladies at the museum, and they've written me up in several articles in their international review. But so I got that information, and one evening, I remember just like it was yesterday, I shared it with him, and I said, you know what, why don't we, because because I just felt like I had a need to draw him back into his art, you know.
Yeah.
So I shared that information with him, and we stayed up all night thinking about how to do this, and we wanted to do it together. So we designed this piece, and by morning we had it sketched out. That day, he got the materials, and he started researching to make sure that whatever we did was going to stand the test of time.
Yeah.
So by that day, by evening, we were into it. It took us several months to finish it. We drove it up there, and we were in competition with sculptors from all over the country. I think it was about 32 pieces in the exhibition at the time that were being considered for this particular, because they only purchased one piece.
Mm-hmm.
And when, that they had, and then we flew back up for the gala. And when they announced that we had won this award, I mean, we were just floored. And then they left it to the People's Choice. They voted. The community actually voted on the piece that they wanted to see in their permanent collection. And we won that competition. Yeah, and it's in the middle of downtown Hampton, now in the middle of the park.
Oh my gosh, really?
Mm-hmm.
You talking about Hampton University?
Yeah, right there at the downtown Hampton, downtown Hampton, the concert district downtown. It's in the middle of the park, right down there where they do the concert.
Oh, okay. Because we went to Hampton. There. Yeah, because my wife attended school there, but we didn't get a chance to drive around like that. We stayed around the campus on foot. I wish I would have known about that. Wow. It's
worth the trip. They have a wonderful museum up there, too.
I believe you. Now, I'm looking at his work, his sculptures. He has a black woman called a relief sculptures. Is that what he okay, and then I see the twig sculpture. Unbelievable. Okay, I see the picture. He has the patience
of Job. He really does. I watch him work on those. And he was actually invited and went to the Smithsonian to demonstrate the creativity behind those twig sculptures. He sat and showed the audience there how to do that.
Yeah, and I can't really tell in this picture, but exactly how they connected. That's
he
incredible.
Uses very tiny little dowels and very tiny little screws.
Whoa.
He harvests the twigs. He dries them. He treats them. And then he meticulously puts them together. And I watched him one day for about an hour, and it liked to have driven me crazy.
Yeah, I believe it. It's beautiful. I'm looking at vessel number 2 on CHARLOTTE-RILEY-WEBB.com. That's web with double B. Double B web. It's beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
And what would it cost to own a piece like that? Well, it's not for sale.
You probably need to twist a few arms with Mr. Are you talking about the twig?
Yeah, the twig sculpture on number 2. That is beautiful.
Well, you have to talk to Mr. Webb because people have come through here and begged to purchase.
So basically, everything he does is just for display purposes only, huh?
Well, no, he actually he's doing commissions as well for the relief sculptures, and he's working with the reliefs. He's getting ready for an exhibition himself.
Wow, you guys are something else. Incredible. Now you're talking about getting into acting. So are you studying acting, or you already working on a project, right? A screenplay or something like that?
Well, interesting enough, I am studying. I am in the Nick Conte's professional acting studio in Atlanta in Buckhead. I'm in the advanced class, and I've worked my way up to the advanced class, and I've just got through with a film, Far From the Altar, and I am currently working on another one with Nikki Milton. It's called Silent Tears, the Project. I have a role in that film as well, so it'll be coming out soon.
Oh, okay. So are those indie films?
Yes, they are.
Good. So we'll be able to see it on Netflix?
Exactly.
All right. You get to let us know when it's released. Now, your girl, Miss Joyce, Joyce Moore, is working on a screenplay. It won't be long, probably, before she's ready to start selling that thing. But
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So have you read it?
I've read excerpts, and trust me, it is so exciting.
Get out of here! Wow. Now she told me that if it doesn't go far, she has no problem making it a webisode. What do you think of that?
I'm not going to speak on that because I'm not really clear on what her goals are. But I just know that the piece is phenomenal.
Good,
she's an excellent writer, and she's doing some wonderful, wonderful creative works.
Now this is something that I'd like to see you do on your website, because the broadband is so powerful. You know, I mean, it's the thing. I think it's where it is right now. I mean, it's running video, audio. When will we see your pieces exhibit in video, where we can really get a feel of it? You know, while you're narrating this existence.
Right. Now, Joyce has created a short video of my work based on this exhibition. It just needs to be uploaded. Actually, my web guy is working on adding some things to the website, and there are some short videos on my website.
Okay, because I'm on here now.
They're from some of the other exhibitions that I've done.
Okay, so where we look? Because I'm on it now. I don't see anything mentioning video.
Look under. I can't tell you which page it's on, but let's see.
Because I'm actually on printmaking. I looked at that.
The artists, I think probably there's areas that speak to different sections, like kudos and events and those kinds of things. Yes.
Okay, so it's probably up in that area then. Okay, so
but those videos are from past exhibitions. And I think Joyce sent you the video of the Blood Rhythm Strange Fruit. That's the current exhibition. That's what we're working on now.
Okay.
And this exhibit will be at the Tubman through June 28th.
Good. June 20th. So where does it go after that? I mean, what's your schedule?
We have a couple of places that we haven't finished firming up yet, so I'm not going to speak on them. But what I'd like to do is invite your listeners, if they have locations that that they'd like to see an exhibition of this nature, to let us know. We'd love to be able to consider those venues.
That's right. Now I'm looking at your events. Now it's talking like in October you're going to be in New York. So the exhibit's going to be in New York?
No, I was fortunate enough to receive a Distinguished Artist Fellowship to work in New York at a residency for a month. I'll be there for the whole month.
Oh,
and that's something that's coming up this October.
Okay. And then you were in Baltimore. Now you mentioned the Reginald Lewis Museum, the African American Children Book Fair presenter. So that already happened.
That was last week.
Okay,
right, that was last week.
Okay.
I did. I was actually presented as an illustrator.
Okay. And so what did you think of the Reginald Lewis Museum?
Oh, I loved it.
I know.
Very nice.
A lot of my history is in there.
Really?
Family. My father-in-law, they showed his class, because he was a World War II veteran. And a lot of members of his class was in some of the photography work, and then it had a lot of the Eastern Shore was mentioned, and that's what that's where my dad is from.
Okay, yeah, it was very nice museum.
Yeah, we love it. We were actually working on getting our news publication, because we were the first African American newspaper in Talbot County in Eastern Shore, which is kind of in between where Frederick Douglass and Harriet Tubman live. We were right there in the middle. But they wouldn't take us at the time when we first had tried to submit our work, because you have to be in a museum, your home museum, before they will accept you. So we're already in a museum in Trapp, Maryland. So
okay.
It's just a matter of my mom just getting the paperwork done. But, yeah, it's something, you get a chance to be part of history.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great feeling, especially like you mentioned.
It is. And it's good to see it while you're alive,
Yes.
So, let's archive our living artists.
That's right. Do it now. So you have a lot going on here. Now something was going on in Savannah, Georgia, February 5th through March 4th. Journeys, Passages, Transitions, NWA, HBCU, Women's Exhibit. So you were doing something with your art there in Savannah, Georgia?
Right. I actually did an exhibition called Stories of My America. And it was a traveling exhibition. It traveled to 7 different museums and fine art galleries throughout the South. And one of them was this in Savannah.
Wow. So how many pieces would you involve in a traveling exhibition? It
depends. Now, if you notice, when you actually have some time to look through the website, you're going to see the difference. You see, what happened, Jerry, is I started out my art career as a figurative representational artist, which means that you can look at the work and you can tell exactly what it is. Now, over a period of time, it morphed into abstraction. And that's something that I've been wanting to do for like years, and just was a little bit nervous about it because it is difficult. Abstract art is difficult. And I wasn't really confident that I knew what I was doing. So what I did, I took some time out and studied with a couple of the most influential African-American abstract artists in the country. And in doing so, they showed me that, I really was, because of the style I work in, that rhythmic style that has these strokes that dance across the canvas, they showed me that, Charlotte, you're doing abstract art already. Just embrace it. Feel confident about it and do it. And that's exactly what I did. And so you'll notice that the later works are non-objective. You can't tell exactly what they are, but what I'll do is infuse different symbols a lot of times, or different, like I'll use Endigma symbols sometimes. Then I'll use symbols that are relative to African-American lifestyle.
Yes.
And I'll infuse those into the artwork.
Fascinating. Now I'm looking. Now I'm on your exhibit. It has one side is paintings. Then you have printmakers. So what that means that you manufacture some of your paintings into print?
Well, if you notice, those prints, they're called original prints. They're not lithographs. Lithographs are run off on machines. Now, I do have, initially in the 90s, I guess pretty much the early 90s, I did create 3 or 4 actual prints, per se, and those are lithographs. Those are run off of the machine.
Okay.
But what I do is called original graphics. Hand-pulled silk screens. On the left, on the printmaking page that you're looking at, on the left you'll see monoprints. Yes. This is the process I learned when I said I work with a premier abstract artist. His name was he's the late John T. Scott. I learned the monoprint process with him. It's called wax monoprint. And the process is of creating a collage with different colors and different shapes, and you run it through a press, and you only pull one print, and you might get one shadow. You'll spend all day creating and designing this page, right, with different colors of wet papers. Then you lay another paper on top and run it through the press, and as it comes through the press, you'll get the image of what you ran through, but you only get one print and you might get one what's called shadow out of that process.
Incredible. Wow. No wonder, that's why people study art. Is more. There's so much to it.
Yes,
and I never really had the opportunity to really study art like this. I straight went into computer art, but I missed a lot. I really missed a lot. I did.
Well, there's still time, Jerry.
You're right.
There's still time. Yeah.
Trip to the museum.
Right.
To learn about it. Wow, this is beautiful. I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
You're living an artist's dream. You really are.
I am, and I'm so fortunate that I can, do so many other things too. I do, I think it's just a matter of choice. When I wake up in the morning, I have to decide, okay, what am I going to do today? Because sometimes I get overwhelmed because I want to do so many things all at the same time. And then, at that point, you're running yourself a little bit crazy.
That's right. Now, we mentioned early in the show that, you're a writer, you're a cook. Tell us a little bit about the cooking. What's going on with the cooking?
I enjoy cooking. And it's something that my husband's so happy because I do cook. But my specialty is banana bread. Everyone knows that. But I also, every Saturday morning, our church, we feed an average of anywhere between 100 and 200 homeless individuals.
Well, that's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. There's a lot of need in this country. And that's something that I do, every week, every Saturday morning.
Wow.
To cook a complete big breakfast, and also cook for repasts and, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
you cook in bulk.
Yes, there. But then when I cook for family, I cook just Sunday dinner.
Right.
I'm one of these people that grew up having very good, wholesome Sunday dinners.
That's right.
So that's what I give my family.
So let me ask you this. So since you've been cooking for, on Saturday, you said Saturday mornings, have the crowds been doubling up since you've been working there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, yes. Yes. Uh-huh.
So they're telling everybody.
Yes, no, they're not coming because of me. They're coming because of need.
Yes.
They're coming because we see more women and children now, which is sad.
Yeah. Yes, that is. All right. Now, what's going on with the writing side of you? What's the project like?
The writing side of me is excited as well. I started writing poetry some years ago, and a lot of the poems I adapt to the artwork, to the poetry. And I've written several stage plays, and I work with a group called Past Prime Players. I'm in their drama group, and a lot of my short stage plays have been performed by them in different places. They performed in different parts of, several parts of the country. They're getting ready to go to New Jersey soon. But most of the time we perform for senior facilities or, church groups or whatever.
That's nice.
They've used several of my plays. But I've also been working for the last 3 years on a novel, which is going to be adapted, hopefully, into a screenplay, a film.
Good. Wow, you do have your hands in a lot. But, you can do that. Like you said, you wake up, you decide what you want to do for the day, what project you want to tackle. Wow, man, I'm going to be there one day.
You're there now, I'm sure.
But I'll probably be right down here in this chair thinking of something, something more to do. That is fantastic. So you're working on a novel, eventually become a screenplay. You already have sold. Well, did you sell your screenplays, or you just I'm still writing it.
I'm still working on it.
Okay, great. All right. Well, it was one the most important question. How did you get the name Charlotte Webb?
I married Mr. Webb.
Whoa! So what? That is something. So that must have been his first line. If I marry you, your name would be Charlotte Webb.
Exactly.
Oh my God!
I always hyphenate my name, though. I use Charlotte Riley-Webb because I always give my parents credit for my education.
Yes, I believe it. But what was the chance of that happening? I mean, growing up reading that book, it was a movie. I said I can't wait I told myself when Joyce was first, talking about having you on the show, I said my first question is going to be, how did you get that name?
How did I get that name?
Yeah, I thought maybe it was your pen name, but I saw it hyphenated, so it couldn't have been a pen name, not
right. And ironically, I married an artist. Who knew?
I know. That's right. So much in common. Somebody who's not going to pressure you because you need that extra minute. You keep saying, "Give me 5 more minutes. Give me 5 more minutes," and he's like, "Okay, he knows the deal. He's not going to do right." Oh my God, this is something. Man, God is good.
All the time.
God is good. Yes. Well, pretty much wrap up a show. But before we go, is anything you'd like to say to any inspiring young cooks, painters, writers, actors, actresses, illustrators? Anything?
I just like to tell all of us to find your passion and embrace it.
Very good. Short and sweet. All right. Well, I appreciate you being on here, Charlotte. I'm glad Joyce recommended you. This was probably one of my best interviews ever. Wow.
Well, thank you. And I'd like to also invite everybody to go down to the Tubman and to watch the website. Go down to the Tubman Museum. My show, Blood Rhythm, Strange Fruit, will be running through June 28th. And send me an email or look at the website and contact us. I'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely, and congratulations to your collection. It's gorgeous. We wish you the best here at Positive Power, and stay in touch with us. Back when you're back in the area, let us know. If anything happened with your permission to do exhibit this up north, like if it's New York, Jersey, Maryland, let us know. Please let us know. Okay?
I definitely will, Jerry. And I want to thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure. And I really appreciate the opportunity.
You're very welcome. I'm sure some young people heard something in this interview that's going to inspire them to want to get out there and do their thing. Whether it's music, writing poetry, that's right. Follow your passion. Absolutely. Oh, and before you go, I wanted to ask you, are you a spoken word artist also?
No.
No, you don't read.
I can write it, but I don't, reciting it, not quite.
You have to perform it because you're an actress now.
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jerry Royce, PositivePower21.org. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, everybody. And that's a wrap.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you for tuning in to the Positive Power 21 Network. Team 21 would like to thank you all for tuning in, and please spread the word and tell a friend. This is Jerry Royce at Positive Power 21, where we get our positive on.